Greetings, listeners, and welcome to another action-packed episode of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Join us as we take a journey and go on adventures with our favorite students from Windshire University. Lukar, a halfling sorcerer with wild magic that comes from his patron. Sibling? Patron? Well, anyway, her name's Astrid. Skogar, a half-orc bounty hunter with a passion for map-making and painting. But not painting portraits, more like fences and walls. But maybe he has a secret or two of his own. Ezuri, a Kalashtar cleric hiding from the dreaming dark. Kashan, a changeling that is a roguish paladin with his own agenda. Lissa, a human wizard who is into mage breeding and has a familiar named Bigwing. And last but not least is Velma, a half-elf rogue who has an investigative streak and a dark magic dagger. So join us as we listen to these adventurers as they work through their studies and their extracurricular activities to, dare I say, become heroes? Let's pick up where we left off.
All right, welcome back to Eberron Adventures, Windshire University. This adventure is called Culture and the Art of War, and where we last left our band of kooky adventurers. Found yourself in this castle where you are trying to get to the bottom of where the artifacts, like who is stealing the artifacts of the Valinor elves that is causing them to have an uproar with the city of Flamekeep, which could essentially spread throughout Thrain and cause a lot of issues. So we've got ourselves our first little political situation to work through. So we have Dean Branchbreaker is currently trying to hold some conversational negotiations with the we'll call them the government officials of Flamekeep and the Valinor elves to try to smooth things over. And so if you'd envision what some of that conversation would look like it's basically the dean's like, oh, I have some of my best looking into this in a covert mission to try to get to the bottom of this, to prove that there's no ill will coming from the fine folks here in the city of Flamekeep. And the elves are like, yeah, sure, buddy, whatever. I don't believe you. Who the hell are you? Why are you here? So he's trying to throw cloud around and talk about how important he is, right? As an ambassador, if you will, of peace. And when we last left you guys, you were about to get some relaxation in this wonderful little sitting room, only to discover that the two really nice looking couches are both mimics. Ba, 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 ba. So at this point, I would love it for you all to roll me some of that wonderful initiative. And I will do the same for the memes.
18 for Skogar. He really hopes that that's the highest.
Unfortunately, It's not. I have a 22.
We can always switch initiatives according to Bill's initial
yeah, you can elect to
discussion
switch
of the
if
game.
you like. Yeah, good call. Nice throwback call out there. Well done,
Bogar. I am willing to switch initiative with you.
Yeah.
That way you'll get action in before I fireball everything.
I got a 14 for Kashan.
Okay.
12 for Lissa.
14 for Velma.
I will switch with you, Velma.
14 also for Ezuri, but
no. We can all switch, all three of us. We'll just hand off our 14s.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say a three-way switch.
All right, so
damn it, we're doing it.
We've got Skogar is first. We've got Lukar is second, and then we have this guy is next. And then let's see who is so we've got Kashan, Velma, Ezuri, Who's going? Who's going? What's the order? Talk to me.
I'll go.
Okay.
I can
Next.
wait.
Ezuri it is.
Yep, sure.
Velma.
I mean, Ezuri's the slow one here.
I mean, yeah. You're ironically more of a tank than Skogar is. Especially with that, since you've taken on the hammer as your approach. Okay, and then he's gonna finish up, and then let me just pull up. I just need to pull up a handy dandy little mimic sheet so I understand. Keep in my head of what they actually can do, because they can do stuff. I just don't know off the top of my head. Okay, great. Cool. And then their HP. All right, awesome. Okay, so top of the order we have Skogar. So if we theater of the mind this, I mean, all of you guys are basically like on this rugged area. These squares are approximately like 5 feet at best. It's a decent sized room. So you probably estimate anywhere between like 3.5 to 5 feet squares tiles. So 20 foot radius, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 tiles square in size there, Captain Fireball. So just so you are aware of your area of effect if you choose to go in that direction, which I strongly encourage Lukar's chaos. So, but Skogar, you're going to be first. What would you like to do?
So, as you remember, we ended last week's session by Skogar looking at the mimic up and down,
Yeah,
and this eloquent-looking sofa, and he says, "What a fine piece of upholstery! Where have you been all my life, beautiful?" And he walks up and says, "Well, we just wandered in here and you caught my eye. I hope there be no repercussions." And he just kind of walks up.
damn it.
He's holding his sword.
Skogar,
Yeah.
can the pillow talk? Let's get moving.
Oh my God, man. Let's go.
Come on,
Get it out,
come on,
get it out
guys,
of your
look at it.
systems.
But she's such a love seat, and he just he braces forward with his sword and holding it out.
All right, we're doing great so far.
So he takes a defensive action, or whatever that's called, dodge action.
Totally
Okay.
worth switching initiative with you.
Well, that dialogue was more than 6 seconds, so.
Oh, I'm not done.
Okay. So then, yeah, that's your action. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that, are you holding it? Is that what's happening? You're
He is
holding that
wanting
action?
to start. He is definitely interested in this sofa, and that's not even a joke. He's just like, he's just awestruck with her beauty. But he wants to.
Let's just turn the lights off and back out of the room.
So, like, we could see like tongues and stuff coming out of these.
Mhm. You absolutely
couches.
can.
Yeah, okay.
Teeth, tongues, mouths
Yeah.
moving, like the cushions, like shaped like lips, the whole 9
Yeah.
yards.
All right.
Eyes would probably be. We'll say the eyes are tucked in the cracks of the cushion, right where the seat meets the back, like where the coins usually fall. You see, like they're kind of curled up, like their eyes.
All right. I would like to back into that southwest corner, so I'm away
Okay.
from the couches as much as possible, and
Okay.
then shoot.
I'm top left.
So you're here.
Yeah, right there.
You're here,
Who, me?
Lukar. Bottom
Lucar,
right.
no, the other corner, towards the
Okay, got it. Over
southwest.
here.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
you're west.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I will twin my Ray of Frost cantrip and shoot one Ray of Frost at each.
Okay. Go for it.
And I'm guessing a 10 misses the one,
Correct.
but a 17 will hit the other.
Yes.
And it's a total of 8 frost damage, as well as slowing down the couch.
Which means it's like movement, what, half movement or something? Or what's the...
I think it's 10 feet less.
Okay. So
Cantrips, I don't roll my weapon damage. You determine.
wait, say that again?
Cantrips, we determined I
Correct.
don't roll
Yes.
my.
Yes. Sorry, I thought you said something else for a minute.
Nope.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. So all right. Yeah, so the mimic okay. So the heretofore named sexy mimic, as it seems to be showing here on the map. I'm gonna call mimic number 1 myself. And that mimic is going to make, like, as you've been flirting with it, Skogar, it's going to be like its response is it's like a slightly bassier version of like the Tasmanian devil and a little bit more drooly. And then it's going to try to bite you since you're in such close proximity.
Yeah.
And it's going to
I took dodge action, so I think it's with disadvantage.
Okay, fair. Well, that wasn't a great first roll anyway, so that's a bummer.
14 would not have hit.
Yeah, 14 is the lower number. So it misses as it tries to bite you, and it's just like, and it's like gnashing its teeth at you, and then like, but you see it go like this, where it kind of like its eyes kind of go like it's kind of raising its eyebrows up and down at you, kind of looking at you a little bit like your tasty little snack.
Yeah.
And we move on to Kashan.
You got such beautiful charisma there, my lady.
All right.
I had a week to think about this, so just settle in.
So I'm here for it. I'm settled in. I'm ready to go.
I mean, this is what we're in for, right? Just sit down and take it, right?
Indeed.
I'm gonna so first off, I'm gonna attack the non-sexy mimic, the other one.
Yeah.
So I will have advantage on it because it has not attacked yet.
I was going to say because it's not sexy.
Well, because it's not sexy, I have advantage on it. I'm going to attack it with, and also as a bonus action, I'm going to use my brand new. It's called Wrathful Smite, and it'll be some smitage on him with my. I'm going to go with the long sword here. So that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right, so. Let's see. Let me just. It has to make a wisdom saving throw. I know that much.
Okay.
Let me get my dice here because I'm still figuring out how to put all this shit together. So
great.
I got a D6 for the Wrathful Smite, and then an additional 2d6 for the advantage / sneak attack. All right. Okay. So let me roll this and add it up for you and tell you what I got. Because that's how this game works. 6, 10, 14. 14 plus 1. So 15 points of damage altogether.
Well, golly.
And if it's failed its wisdom saving throw, which is less, it has to get a 15, is now frightened of me particularly.
It is frightened because it got a 13.
So that means it can't advance towards me and all that stuff. And
yeah, so it's like it's actually pushing back against the wall and kind of like sort of like, back and forth, kind of bouncing lightly and looking like it's like trembling in your presence. And how long does that last for?
It says, is an action the creature can make a wisdom check against my. So if it wants to end it, it would have to use an action to make a wisdom check. Otherwise, it's just frightened of me.
Okay. Can it attack you still?
Let me. I forget how the frightened stuff works.
All right. Well, you check that out, and we're going.
I'll let
Ezuri.
you know. Yes.
Yeah. We'll go to Ezuri.
I mean, Azuri's he's charging in, and he's gonna go try to whack the unsexy mimic with a hammer. Or can he make it there, or is he gonna be short?
Yeah. That's fine. What do you got? 30 feet?
Yeah, 30 feet.
You guys came from the bottom. You're all pretty much in the room.
Yeah, so I mean, he's gonna whack the unsexy one with his hammer, and roll to attack that. It's dirty 20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Mm-hmm. And he brings a hammer down for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Just
a bunch of high rolling nonsense going on right now. Nicely done.
The hammer rebounds off one of the springs in the cushion a little bit, and it does
like a spring cuts through the cushion. You're like, man, these mimics are getting more authentic. and it is going to be Velma, your turn.
Yes. So I'm going to take my camera and telling Skogar, this is the most horrific display I've ever seen. I have to document this for posterity. And that will be my action.
Okay. I mean, that makes
my
100%
movement
sense.
is to get multiple angles on this.
Yes. Because that's the thing. Velma's getting back to normal, right? So it's not about killing Ezuri anymore. It's about getting back to what she actually likes to do.
It's still uncomfortable around him.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. Lissa, you're up.
All right, time to attack the ugly mimic, I guess.
It's a homely mimic, actually.
Homely, sorry. I see it now. I like it. Okay, so she's gonna cast Firebolt.
Okay.
And that is a 18 to hit. Yep.
Which one? Okay, yeah, I know which one. Yes, you hit it.
Okay, and then roll that damage. We got 13 fire damage.
Okay. So, and what is it? Are they D8s?
D10s.
All right, roll an extra D10 because it's a couch and couches are flammable.
Another 8 damage.
So what's the total?
21.
Okay. So this mimic starts squealing. A very, very, very unpleasant high pitch sound. And then it proceeds to pretty on the inside. and then it proceeds to shoot out a pseudopod at you, Lissa, to try to hit you.
P.S. It has a disadvantage on attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Okay.
Which I am right up all in his business.
But if it tries to pass a wisdom save, is that its action?
That's what it says on my thing. Yeah.
That is its action.
That's the action.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then it's just gonna take the disadvantage because it's freaking out. It's charred, and it misses you with the pseudopod. Rolling with disadvantage, and it's just still this ear-piercing, squealing, screeching, nails on chalkboard sound just going through all of your heads right now as this mimic is screaming in pain, and sexy mimic is starting to slowly get ready to inch its way forward to do something. And Skogard, is your turn.
Skogar looks down and he says, holds up his hands kind of. He's like, well, maybe you're just looking for a one night stand. I don't know. But I think we could talk about this. But I mean, if you're into biting, I could try. And he tries to bite. Sexy mimic. Oh, it's a 3 on the die. I don't know what you would have applied to that, but I'm assuming that's a miserable fail.
Yeah, I would like to have a little bit of narrative fun with that if you don't mind. So, you as you you go into bite, and you sort of like trip on the carpet, and you just sort of like fall into the couch, and just get a face full of like stinky mimic cushion,
Yeah.
like in your mouth and stuff, and you're like so you're like muffled, like trying to talk, and the mimic, and then as that happens, then yeah, so the mimic is just like making this noise as you're like, you sort of hit the couch, face goes into it, and then you're almost starting to like bounce kind of back out, almost like you're gonna like kind of roll out and sort of like land on the floor. But
no, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. If he landed on the couch,
yeah. Oh God.
and she's looking at him,
Oh God.
he looks up,
Uh-huh.
and if you'll allow it,
Probably
from
will.
back in season 1, he's still holding on to his corpse flower that he was supposed to turn in, but he picked an extra one, and he holds out the flower and gives a big smile.
I feel like
It's right in her jaws.
I feel like if we heard the tapes, I could swear for sure that you had already used that, but maybe no, it was the gumballs.
I ate one and found another one later on, because I ate the first one and threw up.
And the gumballs was the thing. You ate all of them, all the flavors at the same time, and it had like a Technicolor dragon breath. Like,
he's eaten a lot of things.
Yeah. We're gonna say like it's you're in the process of your next action being that you're gonna put the corpse flower in its mouth, right? And then Lucar, it's your turn.
All right. The screaming is coming from the homely mimic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do magic missile. I'm going to do 2 at the sexy mimic and 1 at the homely mimic.
Okay.
Where are all my D4s at? All right. So the 2 at the sexy mimic are 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And the homely mimic is 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And when I roll,
mimic screams are getting louder. The unattractive mimic.
My wild magic I passed, but it is
okay.
It is up to 8, I believe.
Okay.
Lucar, you're blowing up my spot over here.
So we're going to go back to Sexy Mimic, who is going to, so Skogar, she's actually going to, her tongue's she's going to shoot her tongue out and try to basically slap you across the face.
Yeah.
With her tongue. And she's going to lick your back.
Here we go.
Because she did not get close to your face at all, and she misses, even though you're literally on top of her. I almost feel like she should be with advantage, but it's too late for that now. I made my couch, and now I must lie in it. So, Kashan, it's your turn. Mimic still trembling in fear of you.
Absolutely.
Screeching.
Yeah, has anybody else gone to engage in melee with the homely mimic?
No.
Well,
it's all been like, right, because, well, hold on, wait.
No.
Ezuri?
Ezuri's up there. Ezuri did the
hammer with the spring.
Ezuri's the only one that has.
All right, I just want to, make sure I'm getting my sneak attack damages.
You want to leverage all your stuff.
I mean, I think that's fair. And so I will attack with the, I've been using the long sword.
Well, it's the rules. That's fair or not is a different story, but it's
13.
13 is a hit.
Yes.
And this is with what? A sword?
A long sword, yes.
Okay.
That is going to be 11 points of damage.
Why don't you tell me how you dispose of the poor, unsexy, homely mimic?
Well, in that case, I jab into like the front cushion and just yank it and just like split it, like slash it right down the middle and just
Okay.
mimic guts come flying out of it.
Yeah, because what you would expect, I mean, it's a couch. You would think, oh, it's stuffing. Oh, no, it's not
It's
stuffing.
just like
It's
I'm just
the
like
stuffing of a mimic.
I expect like feathers and fluff to fly out, but it's just like blood and gore just
It's
comes flying out of
viscera.
it.
It's straight viscera, just kind of shooting out at you a little bit.
It was not pretty on the inside.
No, it was definitely not. So you have disposed of that mimic couch.
Oh man,
And
the garbage people hate taking your couch out too. You know he's gonna be pissed off this weekend.
And Ezuri, it's your turn.
How do I say this nicely? How entwined are Skogar and the sexy mimic at this point?
They should probably have their own room.
Skogar's leg
point.
is bent behind him a little bit.
He's like his like left foot is like crammed into like the crevice of the couch, like the back and the bottom seat, like by its eye, but not kicking it in the eye. Like Skogar's getting in there.
Too far in there.
And the tongue was like this, right over him. So like, yeah.
So Zuri's just gonna be like, Skogar, are you all right over there? I'm just gonna. And Ezuri like carefully approaches Skogar and just like puts a hand on him and casts Cure Wounds and just be like, whatever you're doing, just make it quick, I guess.
Get out of here, Ezuri, man. I'm not trying to sleep on the couch tonight.
So how much?
He gives him a big wink.
Healing?
Skogar was at full. I think Skogar was at full health, actually. Yeah.
It didn't look that way. You're getting, if not, it's 6 and 5, 11 points of healing. That was a good heal.
Dang.
Because he was at full hit points, Skogar just feels this just absolute rush of adrenaline and life fill him, and he just got this big grin on his face.
I don't know what I just did for Skogar there, but that was Ezuri.
Man, it's just getting creepier and weirder. I love it. Velma, it's your turn.
Still taking pictures, I have to remind Skogar that you haven't set a safe word. So let us know what it's going to be so we can come to your rescue if need be. Otherwise, I think we ought to leave him alone for now.
Lissa, it's your turn.
Skogar, I don't think now's the time.
If I were to show,
just look at it. Just look at her, Lissa. We could go so far in life.
There's two ways that you can leave this room. One to the west and one to the north.
Lissa is looking for those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go. We have to go past that mimic either way.
Either way.
So let's go to the west.
Okay. So as you go past, it raises one eye up at you, Lissa, and sees you, and like you see the eye like follow you as you're walking by.
Wink. Don't wink.
The tongue like kind of flops up for a second, goes back into its maw, comes and like as it's coming back out to go back on Skogar's back, it shoots out a pseudopod at you.
Nice.
For an opportunity attack.
Yep.
Does a 15 hit?
I forgot what my dex is. Oh.
Well, it's your AC, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I finally got to hit something.
Yeah, you hit me. Well, is it worth it? Yeah, I'm casting a shield. Okay, there. That's what I was hesitating on. So now it doesn't.
Oh my god. Okay.
Now I'm at 17. Boom.
Okay. All right. So it just kind of the pseudopod just bounces off your shield. And the mimic's just like wow, as it continues to like caress the back of Skogar with its tongue. And Skogar, it's your turn.
Okay. So he'd like to continue with what he was going on about. And he pulls up the corpse flower and just puts just this big smile on his face and like, I know you can mirror anything because you've mirrored my heart. And he holds up the flower. He puckers his lips.
So, like, holds up the like holds it out like to give the flower to it.
He pins it in some of her goo.
Okay, so like to get her to get it to consume it.
No. No.
Okay.
Absolutely
it's just a
not.
gift.
The
It's a
polar
gift.
opposite.
Okay.
He's giving her flowers
God.
in the most earnest way possible.
So
All
cute.
right. So I kind of where's my
Yeah, I assume that a role would be associated with that.
I feel like no, that's a freebie, man. I'm not gonna. I can't get in the way of true love. That's not cool. But what I will. So who's the closest? Who's the closest one to Skogar right now?
Ezuri's right behind him because he just did the cure wounds thing.
Ezuri, could you do a Constitution save, please, and tell me what you get?
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's 14. Okay.
You feel a slight wave of nausea hit your stomach, but you manage to push it. You manage to push it back down.
Okay, I don't know if it's the flower or the situation.
This is grossing you out.
It's
Come on, Ezuri, follow me.
Lucar, it's your turn.
Skogar takes off his sock and whips it at Ezuri. Like, hang this on the door on the way out.
Thank God. Lucar,
I rolled
what are
a
you gonna
dodge
do?
the sock.
I don't even know if I want to be involved in this. I'm not even sure what to do here.
It's a 14 on the dex save to dodge the sock.
Yeah, you
hit. It would hit then. He's pretty dexterous. And remember, and emboldened with virality that you gave him.
So wait, you did or did not hit him?
Oh, you hit him.
The sock.
Yeah, I hit him.
Yeah. The sock. Where'd you hit him with the sock? Face?
Absolutely the face.
Yeah. So yeah. That nausea wave that you pushed down, it came right back. I'll give you a free action if you want to run away.
He's running. I don't care about any pseudopods or anything. I'm getting out of here.
So are you going?
Ezuri takes a frightened condition.
Yeah.
Are you going west? Are you going west or north?
I'm following Lissa.
Okay.
Where
The pseudopod opportunity attack, of course, misses because this mimic is a little bit busy, and about to get busier. And Lucar, it's your turn, man.
I want to take the staff that I received. I don't even remember when.
Okay. Is this is
from the brothers?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't used it for a while, but I'm going to use it to hold person on Skogar to try to get him from messing around anymore.
Okay, at the position that Skogar's in, he's got his leg up, he's got one behind him, he's just got his hand under it, and he's just staring up at this mimic, just in this big grin on his face.
All right.
So if you hold person, he's just sitting there like just an Adonis.
You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. 14 minus 1, 13.
Oh, you pass. So the whole person does not affect Skogar.
He still perfectly holds that gaze.
Velma, did you just rules lawyer me in the chat?
I didn't want to do it on out loud.
Well, I was gonna say do it out loud because I might not see it otherwise. It's fine. I can take some rules lawyering.
You know, you're the GM. You can do anything you want.
It's a good reminder. So okay, let's see here. Okay. So Ezuri, so Lissa and Ezuri are heading towards the door. So like your action's going to get you to the door. So like, or your movement's going to get you to the door. So then your next action can be opening the door, one of you. Essentially, Lissa, you would have been there first, but for now it's going to be Sexy Mimic's turn. And she is going to try to use her tongue to spank you, Skogar.
Oh no!
And that's going to be for a 23 to hit.
Oh wow!
He leans into it. So
This is just going to get a little bit weirder before this finally ends, and that's going to be for 10 bludgeoning damage.
oh, ouch!
Sean, it's your turn. Oh man. Kashan,
God,
aka Chris, you're up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Sean, not Kashan.
No, all good.
Yeah, I think I'm with Lissa and everybody else who's splitting out of this room, and I'm just gonna like surreptitiously just head north.
Okay. Yeah. But now since the mimic went, now it's like a fresh rotation. So based on the actual rule, then it could take an opportunity attack if it wanted to on Kashan, but that would be the only opportunity attack it could take until after its next turn. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's its reaction.
Yeah, so it's going to throw a pseudopod at you, Kashan.
Sure will.
But I'm assuming a 13 is going to miss you.
You would assume correctly.
Yes. So another pseudopod just flies past your face.
Easy, baby. I'm going to be in your wedding probably, so watch yourself.
it's just like oh.
You've always been there for me, Kashan.
Ezuri, it's your turn. So technically then you're the first one, because you got the scared reaction. You're the first one to be able to open the door.
Well, without testing and seeing whether this looks safe or not, he's reaching for the handle and trying to rip this door open to get out of here.
Oh, it opens. It opens nicely. It's like a regular door. No problem.
He opens it and doesn't actually put the sock on the other side and just sort of steps through and kind of steps to the side, and just shouts to the other room. Now, Skogar, did you ever figure out what the safe word was so that, like, if we have to come in there, we can. We respect you and your boundaries and your love life, but we also don't want you to get hurt. Okay.
Yeah. I'll just be sitting here, just enthralled by this love seat. He shoots a couple finger guns at you.
I mean, is love seat the safe word then? Is that what we're going with?
Ezuri, man.
I got another sock, Ezuri.
No, stop.
Ezuri, man. He told me even if this kills him, this is how he'd want to go.
And on that note, Velma, it's your turn.
Sorry, Skogar, I've had enough. I don't even think I could sell these pictures. And I'm sneaking past and say, remember to use protection. I know you're going to need it. And I close the door on the way out. And Skogar is going to have his off-screen death that he always wanted.
All right, so
wait a minute, I'm still in the room.
I was going to say,
I'm witnessing horrors that I don't want to see.
Lucar is still in the room. Kashan
All right,
is
then
just
I don't
heading
close
to the doorway.
Retcon, don't change the door.
Yeah, but you're going through the doorway. That's fine. And we are up to Alyssa. You were right up at the door, but now Ezuri opened it, so you can go into the other room
I
if you
walk
like.
on through. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let me do a little quick description read of this room.
Dim that Alyssa, dim that lamp.
Oh, gotcha. No problem.
It says so. This is a sitting room with a lit fireplace and some rich, very like rich, fancy, designed furniture. And these are four rather comfy chairs that are all positioned with the fireplace at the north end of the room. And it just looks like you feel some serious comfort vibes that you did not get from the last room. Could be due to the roaring fire that's happening. And
Nice.
you can take an action if you'd like, or you can it's up to you.
I stare at the chairs, thinking they can't be mimics too, can they? That's what her action is.
Okay. So you're thinking about the chairs.
Just like, what's the probability?
Okay, fair. I mean, I would allow a check
All right. Yeah, sure.
as an action.
Like a perception or
Whatever.
I don't really want to
whatever
get up close to
I was
them.
going to say whatever you deem is appropriate because perception's going to be looking. Investigation would probably be touching.
Yeah, then we'll definitely do perception. So that's
Okay.
a 15.
Okay. It's a 15. So you notice that you think these chairs are all elven design.
Mm.
And you can based on like especially like with your mage breeding and your time spent with creatures and like all of your studies, I think a 15 is strong enough for you to be able to tell that these are not mimics.
Thank goodness. Yep.
And we're back to freaking Skogar. Sorry guys. What do you got, man?
So Skogar kind of leans up and he goes, I believe in love at first bite too. I believe I'm the ultimate dungeon surprise. I've just fallen into your lap. And Skogar just goes in for a big kiss.
Are you the cushion or the actual mimic mouth? Like what's going on?
Yeah. He picks I guess he picks any random spot of the gigantic mimic mouth near him, and he just goes with his big orcish lips.
Roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh, 19 on the first one and a 1 on the second.
Oh my god. So yeah, you got like it's a full on makeout sesh happening right now.
Okay.
with this mimic. And
was anyone still left in the room?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Lukar, could you do a Constitution save, please?
I'm pretty sure I passed. It's a 17 plus 4, 21.
Yeah. No twinge in the stomach for you at all by any means.
Yeah, but mentally I lose a sanity.
Yeah, you're like ugh. Yeah.
Do you lose it mentally when that happens, or when Skogar starts unbuttoning his shirt when you know it's time to leave?
You already took your action.
There's a lot of things happening very fast at this point.
Lukar, what are you gonna do?
So everyone went to the west door, is that correct?
Yep.
I am going to go to the west door.
Okay.
Cast Mage Hand and use the Mage Hand to try to slap some sense into Skogar on my way out.
Okay.
Wake up, man! This is insane.
How are you? Like, I want you. I really want you to. So we're gonna say you got to the doorway and you cast Mage Hand, and describe what the Mage Hand does to Skogar. That's what I want to hear.
The Mage Hand sort of like Does Skogar have like hair, like a ponytail? What sort of hair does he have?
No, he's
Maybe it's-
bald.
Okay. Well, then he just slaps him like you would slap a dog that starts humping your leg. Like, stop it, calm down. And
But there's no audible sound, right? Skogar just feels slapping.
yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
mage hand, so I would imagine.
But I feel like Lucar would be saying something to him though, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, calm down, man. Pull yourself together.
So all of the muffling and gurgling, Skogar's having a hard time hearing, and he's just going, "Oh yeah, baby, you like it rough? I'm it. I can play rough too." And that's
the mimic's
what-
turn. It's going to attack you again with its tongue.
Yeah.
And this time it's going to kick it up, and it's going to try to slap you in the face. Oh, this is a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. It's just writing itself at this point. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna call that. Ooh, that is. That's 20 bludgeoning damage to your face
Oh man. All right.
as it kicks it up a notch.
He goes, "Ooh." Oh, wow, that's actually a lot. Ooh, baby, not so rough.
it's Kashan, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm in the other room with Alyssa, right?
With Lissa and Ezuri and
excuse me.
and Lucar's in the doorway, and Velma's actually, I think, probably at the doorway too, because you were leaving, right? Everybody left left Skogar behind because it's too gross and weird what he's got going on. So, what are you doing, Kashan?
Like I do feel like it is just going to kill him before he knows better. I don't know. I feel I pull out. Is there a door in here? Or is it just by the fireplace? Yeah, there's just a fireplace. I guess we got to go back in, right? There's no other doors out here in this room, is there?
South and
There
west.
is.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, I did see that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to ruin Skogar's. Like, this is his dream. We're gonna keep going west.
So you're gonna keep walking west.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get in. Oh, not yet.
Secrets.
Not yet. Not yet. No. You're picking the wrong things. Where'd it go?
Where's the back arrow?
I've seen
Man,
everything.
I think
I've seen it
I
all.
know, right? I know. It's all been revealed. All the great secrets of our time. There it is. Okay. All right. So you keep walking. So you're in the hallways. You're about to encroach into this other room over here. And then that's your movement. You can. I mean, if there's an action you think you can take, you're welcome to.
I can't think of anything. I'm going to take
Fair.
I guess I'll be sneaky as I go in there. So
Okay.
it's not too,
Fair.
that'll be my thing. Yeah.
Sounds good. Ezuri, your turn. And you're muted.
Well, that would help. So Ezuri's going to kind of reluctantly stick his head back in, and he's going to go ahead and fire off a sacred flame on the mimic and just be like, "Skogar, I'm doing this just because I don't know if you can control yourself here. So I guess I'll be the bad guy." And he's casting sacred flame, so it's going to have to go ahead and make a dex save. A couch.
That's a 12.
Yeah, that's not going to make it.
I kind of feel because Skogar's on the couch that he would just be a part of whatever the mimic's dex save is.
You couldn't imagine a orc more entangled with a sofa.
Yeah. So that damage is going to be taken by both the mimic and Skogar. So
Okay, it's only 6. It's only 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Like remember we safe word, right? Safe word. It's
we're gonna say that Skogar is not even looking at you, and so he doesn't even realize that you did that. Like he just thinks he's getting all hot and even more excited
Oh, that energy.
as you're reminding him about a safe word. Velma, your turn.
I'm going to yell over my shoulder so Skogar can hear it that the safe word is "do it to Julia" if you've had enough and you need someone to rescue you. Because that's funny. Then I want to do an Arcanic check on the fire because, like, if this
Okay.
is an elven room, sometimes they like enchant things.
Do it.
And according to D&D Beyond, that was a 9. So once again,
Just a
when
good
I'm
old
trying to do
fireplace.
something, I roll poorly.
Lissa.
Alyssa really wants to see what's through this next like passage way a little bit.
So you're following Kashan?
Yep.
Okay. So you come you're able to get into the room. This room has some spa vibes to it. There's smoky blue stained glass awnings in the corners on one side of the room, and an ornate fountain in the corner of the opposite side, with some steam emanating off the fountain. And the room's a little bit muggy, but feels really comfortable.
Nice.
Any
I'm
action?
good. Nope.
Okay. All right. Skogar, you're up, man.
Okay, so Skogar's looking pretty bloody. He's he's still just absolutely smitten by this most beautiful mimic he's ever seen. The one on the poster on his dorm wall doesn't hold a candle to this this beautiful specimen. And yeah, he just looks up at her and says, I could see us spending the rest of our days together. I mean, I live in a small little house off campus. You could come, you could move in. Like, well, my roommate and I, all we got is 2 lawn chairs sitting there. There's so much room. There's so much wall space. You'd love it.
Oh my gosh. This is the character arc for Skogar that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
I love it. This is so great. So is that it? That's like your action, just to like say, like,
He looks into her eyes and he just is just you know, just awestruck with her. And
all right. Lucar, your turn.
I've made my way into room 2, and I just take a load off and sit down on one of these chairs.
Okay.
Put my hands in my face, or my face in my hands, and just sort of try to get that image out of my head of whatever was happening with Skogar on the couch. Somebody might want to go check on that guy.
Can you make a deck save for me, please?
As I
close
sit
the
at
door.
couch,
Close the door.
As you sit in the chair, yeah, make a deck save, please.
it's a big number. It's
the biggest number of all. It's the biggest number you've ever seen on this die.
Big number.
This number's so big.
We love these numbers. We love these numbers, people. It's a 21.
Okay. It's a comfy chair. It's nice. Feels good. As you're like, oh. So that is your turn. The mimic is going to slap you again, Skogar.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a 13.
That'll miss.
Okay. So it's just kind of like, it's just a playful smack is what it feels like to you. And then it kind of like
Skogar, as that happens, Skogar
just
just
rubs
like
your lower back,
reaches up and grabs one of the tentacles and
Kashan, your turn, man.
All right, so I'm in humid room number 5, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else going on in here besides like is that a fountain in the corner
Yep.
here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to investigate the fountain.
Okay. Do it.
I will. I will do it. I will do it. 9 on my investigation check.
Okay. You notice that the water is a very nice, albeit kind of dull shade of blue-gray.
Is there water in there? Nice water.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what you notice with your. And you feel a little bit of like steam coming off of it, so it's nice and warm.
I mean, I put my hand in it.
Okay, and it's really nice warm water.
Okay.
And Ezuri, it's your turn.
What do I even do at this point?
Did Lucar close the door when I told him close the door?
No, because there's no door. It's just a passageway.
Oh, I thought that was the door.
No, there was a door.
Oh,
here.
that door.
Oh, no, I didn't because I was trying to block out whatever noise.
You're like, get the hell out of here.
He noped out of there without looking back.
Yeah. Ezuri, what's your play?
Azuri's gonna go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon and make it's an exact clone of his Warhammer, but it floats sort of over behind the mimic. And without really letting Skogar know that he's doing this, he's gonna go ahead and whack the mimic with his spectral hammer.
Do it.
Oh gosh, okay. It's 8 plus 5. Yeah. Oh no, 8 plus 7. So 15 to hit.
Yeah, that is a hit.
Okay. And that's gonna do 5 plus 5. 5 plus. Yeah, 5 plus 5. 10 bludgeoning damage with this hammer as I whack the mimic. And yeah. But safely from the door.
The mimic yelps in pain, Skogar, and that's a slightly upsetting sound to you as you hear the mimic yelp in pain. And it is Velma. It is your turn.
Since there apparently is nothing interesting about the fireplace, well, that's not what you said, but it's not enchanted. I'm going to follow Kashan into room 5.
Okay. You get into room 5, but you're probably just getting past the main entryway here into the room.
So you see rugs or those piles of
they're like awnings. They're like
awnings, right?
Really nice blue awnings that are inside, just like decorative, looking like almost like a stained glass with like some thick wire filigree holding it together.
And Kashan is I don't know if I have enough movement to get over to the fountain, but I'm headed that way.
Yeah. Yep. And then if that's the end of your turn, then Lissa, you're up next.
Lissa is gonna go sit under one of those awnings. She's gonna bring out her pack and kind of use that as a pillow. And she's like, the vibes in this room are right. Who needs a comfy couch anyways?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And you lay down and you start relaxing. and it feels great, and it feels freeing.
Mm-hmm.
And just like yeah, I just needed a minute.
Exactly.
And back to the top of Skogar.
Yeah.
It's just you and the mimic and Ezuri watching like a creeper from a distance and saying
Ezuri's
I'm hitting the couch with a hammer.
Ezuri's trying to hide this behavior from Skogar, just kind of standing in the doorway trying to be nonchalant about it.
Yeah, he's gonna get all right. He's got his plan here, but we're gonna go. one more creepy attempt at this, and he goes, well, I know you're you love the treasures of the dungeon, and maybe there's more than meets the eye. And he unbuttons his chest, and you see that big gem that's sticking out of his chest, and says,
yeah.
Goes, maybe I'm the gem that you've just always been looking for. You and me, baby, against the world. What do you say? And that's what he does with his turn.
Lucar.
Yeah.
We're staying in initiative order, so
I remove my hands from my face.
Oh my god!
Reach into one pocket for some comfort bread and start eating it, and then reach into another pocket for my comfort wineskin and just take a big chug of alcohol in hopes of forgetting everything that's just happened.
Yeah, you start to feel a little bit more at ease.
It's just because he's eating. That's
it's the mimic's it's the mimic's turn. And Skogar, as you say that, you like, as you say it's you me against the world, the mimic's noises kind of get softer, and it's like in like question mark sort of tone to its noises, and a second tongue comes out of its mouth.
Oh, okay.
And it takes both tongues and wraps around you and squeezes really hard. And I don't know, I guess I'm trying to think of what, grapple, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But it's trying it's tough love, right? So it's like it's got some aggression behind the hug. But it's not enough to do damage to you. It's just enough to kind of like sort of squeeze. You're not, even if you wanted to leave, you couldn't leave at this point unless you contest it with a roll. You're
you know exactly what they would do.
So just saying.
As that happens,
yeah.
Skogar just says, Ezuri, shut that fucking door. And he leans over and says, oh my baby, you're so fucking hot. And then hopefully we fade to black. At this point. This is way longer than I expected.
The music. There's like this music. It's just like, and then like Ezuri just kind of like wide-eyed steps back, closes the door. We're out of initiative order.
Oh,
yeah, I withdraw my.
Thank God.
We'll come back. You withdraw your hammer.
Yeah.
Your weapon. Okay.
Yeah, I get it back into this room with me
come
so
back
that
to
I at least have
Skogar.
it for the next couple
We'll
of
come back to
seconds.
Skogar in a minute.
Yeah, well, make it a long minute.
Yeah, so Skogar, at a time you deem appropriate, you're just going to catch up to the rest of the group, and you can determine how that entrance takes place. I'll leave that up to you. Okay.
Love it.
So let's just focus on everybody else then for the time being and try to get that all out of our minds, because that got a little bit freaking gross. Hilarious, but not pretty.
We just earned that explicit rating on the.
Right there. That was it.
Yeah. Warning. Trigger warning.
Warning indeed.
Unsettling half orc on mimic. Adult content.
This is our breakthrough episode. This is what's going to get the fans.
Yeah, this could do it. I am sure there's at least one podcast somewhere where some freaks are like, yeah, my character had sex with a mimic, bro. And it's a lot less funnier than this one was. Okay, so let's talk about who's where. So Lucar, you are in this little sitting room. You're snacking, you're drinking, you're like, oh gosh, shaking it off. Lissa, you are under an awning. You're you're napping.
Yep.
Velma, you're in the room. Kashan, you're by the fountain, and Ezuri, you are you've gone out of there, and you're kind of in the middle of the setting room now. You see that everybody's in the other in the other room.
Yeah. So
what would you
while
like to do?
Azuri's in this room, he's gonna take a small pencil and a notepad out from his pocket, and it's a notepad his therapist gave him to write down anything that they may have to talk about at the next session, and he just writes the thing with the mimic.
Okay.
Puts it away.
Like it. All right. So are you heading into the next room, or are you like, what's your plan?
Yeah. After writing, he moves into the next room with everyone else.
Okay. Great. So then everybody's over here. What's everybody else doing? So y'all see Lissa, she's just like crashing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there is a path to the north.
I don't know who's going to tell the dean about that, but it's not me.
Listen, this is off campus. All right. We don't need to talk about this ever again.
We probably have to explain what happened to Skogar, right? Like, he's not here. He's gone.
We don't have to say anything about this.
All right.
Ever. All right. I mean,
fair enough.
We do not have to talk about this. We just keep going forward.
Skogar is living his best life. He's fine.
That is.
Is he?
One might say, keep it on the down low.
I'm not gonna. Skogar and I, we've had long nights. This is like legitimately his dream come true. I mean, he has told me about this in detail, mind you.
As their roommate last year, I concur. I remember that poster.
Yeah, after we wouldn't have to be drinking. He would tell me these dreams. All right, it's not even like.
It turns out Ezuri screaming wasn't so bad then.
There's a reason Ezuri screams now.
So what's up with this room?
Apparently there's a fountain over there. And when you find a fountain in the dungeon, what do?
Drink from it.
It's warm, guys. You can make some tea with it. It's very warm.
Is it that warm?
It's very sauna-like in here.
I think I have a tea bag in here somewhere, and I find a tea bag and I pull out a mug and make some tea.
Wait. Kashan, can you pull like an animal out of your bag of tricks and like have that drink from the fountain first?
I'm not sure if that's how they work.
Okay.
There's Big Wing.
Hey.
I touched the water. It's fine, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
Lissa's saying this. Everybody should know Lissa's saying this and making these motions while she's like laying down. She like doesn't really care that much about it. She's just kind of like
waves a hand dismissively.
Okay. Yeah, right. Exactly right. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Listen to the sleepy girl from the next door. Yeah, sure.
kind of thing where she's on her phone, like just zoning out.
She seems unusually chill. Does anyone else notice that? Or
so are you guys anybody else taking any actions in this room, or moving continuing onward, like taking a short rest? Like, what are you feeling?
We might need to take a short rest after that hall of pitfalls.
I mean, I'm good. We can. I'll keep moving north.
I'm gonna take the awning opposite of Lissa. Short rest.
Yeah, Lissa's for a
you
short
guys
rest.
drink out of the fountain.
Hey, get your tea there, Lucar.
All right, I'll drink some tea and take a short rest.
Yeah, if you boil the water, yeah. It'll be
Luca,
good.
I guess.
you get your tea and it tastes fine, very comforting, relaxing. Kashan, you feel like scouting ahead, or what do you?
I guess I'll short rest with everybody, but
Okay.
I think I'll look into the water and just change my appearance slightly. That's my that's what I'll do.
Okay. I just thought of something that might be kind of cool, because I don't think like let's pause and step out of game for a second. Let's have a quick potential new house rule conversation here briefly. What do y'all think about, like, so I know the standard is that, like, you gain spell slots back when you take a long rest, right? But what if we modify the short rest and we say for 2 of your hit dice, you can use 2 hit dice to get a spell slot back if you wanted to. And you can do a mix of, like, you can use your hit, so we'll call it like rate, a transaction rate, right? So you can either do the hit dice for HP straight conversion, right? One die roll for how that normally works. But then you can also use your hit dice. 2 hit die can be to gain 1 spell slot back.
I'd be very cool with that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
At any level.
I've played in another group where they just do each hit dice equals a spell level. So 2 would be 2 1s, or 2 would be 1 2.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
it'll be close to that. That's too nice. That's too nice. You get two spells, or 2 die, 2 hit die can give you a spell slot back if you need it. So that is your secondary option that you can take. So short rest. So
Nice.
This sounds like at the end of the short rest is probably about the time when Skogar would come back. So how does Skogar come back as everybody's finishing up their short rest and kind of tidying themselves up and get ready to move on?
Well, assuming that the short rest was probably pretty long. It was
short rest is a 1 hour.
Oh, 1 hour.
A 1 hour period. So
So
this is 1 hour of Skogar alone in that room with just to paint a picture here. Okay.
Yep. And it could have been 59 minutes of cuddling. Let's be
Exactly.
When
realistic
Skogar
here.
walks back in the room, you can clearly see that he's got this big smile on his face. Skogar's smoking a cigarette. He's looking around. He is way more bloody than you left him, even though he was very bloody. He is way more beat up as he comes back. Oh, hey guys. He's got this shoes gun on his back. Sean, my man. Velma, good to see you today.
So is that your blood, or
Listen,
what?
we were agreed we're just gonna just be cool about this and just move on without
Never happened, right?
going in any of it.
Exactly.
Right? I thought we agreed. We were talking. We said we were not going to talk about this.
Oh,
There's a pool over there, Skogar, if you need to wash up.
Gentlemen. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Yeah,
There's a
by
pool
all
over there.
means, wash up. Yeah.
As Skogar's kind of cleaning himself off. Oh, a gentleman doesn't tell.
Yes, thank you. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Azuri pulls
And
the
I pray
notepad
that
back
you don't
out.
tell either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Azuri's pulling
I
the
do want-
notepad back out and just writes the thing in the fountain.
But I do want to see those pictures later, Velma.
Oh yeah, they're Polaroids basically with fairy dust. So yeah, you can see them.
So Skogar, did you want to take a short rest after the fact?
Well, he shows up. No, he shows up 59 minutes and 45 seconds later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
So
he's
got a big smile on his face, and he can just conquer the world at this point. So
okay. So no
he's
short
feeling
rest.
good.
So you're good. You're good. that actually makes 100% sense, and I'm on board. So you guys, so next, I'm assuming next is heading north, probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alyssa is gonna cast Mage Armor on herself using her Amulet of Mage Breeding. So
That
it
sounds
doesn't
great.
cost a spell slot.
Yeah, okay. So this is the room you've entered. It's a very nice room, similar to the last one, but a little bit more stuff going on. So you see a different fountain with ornate designs that are carved into the stone, and that you can see another set, like two awnings in the corners of this room as you first come in. You see a short set of stairs on either side along the wall, that leads up to I guess a lofted or balcony type area. It's not that high up though. And you can see a bush in either corner behind the fountain, up against the stairs, and then you can just make out like a more of a shorter tree type bush in a pot, like along the back wall on the next level up. What would you like to do?
Well, this fountain is probably the one we're supposed to drink out of.
Well, by all means.
Yeah, I mean,
before I drink, I'm going to check out the fountainhead and see if there's any details that might seem important.
I'll be right back.
On the fountainhead. Anybody want to touch those bushes? Feel free.
Okay. Are you percepting? Are you percepting or investigating?
I am percepting because I don't want to get in the fountain first.
Okay. So
you want to roll? Okay.
Bear with me 1 second. Oh no, you're fine.
That was a 19 anyway. So
okay, very nice.
Nice.
You said you percepted?
Yes.
Okay. You just see some really nice ornate carvings that are on the head of the fountain, and where the water is shooting out at compass points, north, south, east, and west, back into the fountain. So it's giving back to itself. But as you lean in to take a closer look at this, you can see out of the bottom of your eye, you see this like a shape moving around in the fountain. And then could you do I will allow you a dex save, if you would, Velma.
That was only an 8. See, when it counts.
Well, that's unfortunate because a blast of water, or a shape of water, if you will, shoots out of the fountain and hits you in the bottom of the chin. Oh man, for 8 bludgeoning damage as it kind of uppercuts you and throws you back prone onto the floor. And what appears in the fountain is a water weird. Water weird.
Ooh.
I'm not drinking now.
And we are going to go back into the initiative order that you guys were in before. And we will go top of the order then, Skogar. So I would imagine you're at the back of the group and you see this happen to Velma.
Yeah. So Skogar just kind of skips up, real whistling, just in this upbeat, happy attitude. Yeah. All right, here we go. Back to it. And he grabs his bone sword, because I don't have anything else for this. Kind of turns it broadside as he tries to slash across the water weir. For a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. And does 13, I guess we'll call it slashing. It's a great sword.
Okay.
And then takes second attack. Second attack. Nat 1. He goes, well, sometimes you just miss. And he just looks back. He's still got that big smile on his face.
That's not magical though, right?
No.
It's normal, not magical, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Okay.
It's just a
Right.
sword made of bone.
Thank you for that clarification. Lucar, your turn.
So did anyone notice that when Velma walked away, it looked like he was walking into Castle Grayskull?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, that was pretty
Totally.
cool.
It was very cool.
Magic missiles towards the water weird.
Sounds good. Do it.
Only way to be sure. Oh, 10 points of magic missile damage.
How many?
10.
Okay.
And guess what, Mr. Man with the plan?
Wild magic.
Wild magic.
Yeah.
Wild
magic.
magic.
Give me something
You want
good.
me to roll it?
Oh yeah.
Wild magic surge. Percentile dice. 57 is, for the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flame.
Damn. Okay. That's cool.
Nice.
That's great.
Do we notice anything that happens when this goes off? Like you surge?
Yeah. Does anything? Yeah. Like what actually happens? Because I mean, sometimes it's very visual, right? But do we like? Would you say if for the sake of any context for Lucar, when wild magic is affecting him, do people around him notice something? And if so, what would that be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know if I know what it is. Like,
right? Like,
Oh.
like, do you even know what the wild magic thing is that happened? Right?
right.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think actually, I think it's better if you don't know what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you would just have to touch something for that's not being worn, you said, or carried?
Worn or carried.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So then that is your turn, and then Kashan, it's you.
Okay, I will, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor, because I'm full of that. And I will go ahead and I will attack the water weird with my Divine Favor. So that's going to add a d4 of radiant damage to my attacks. Is what that does. Oh, that is the naturalist of 20s.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
And Skogar's all up in there, right?
I swung.
Yeah, he is actually.
So we do the double damage, right? The dice plus a roll.
Uh-huh.
So that is going to be a lot of damages. So
I
that's
know it's going to be huge.
22. That's 26 just to start off with. Plus an additional 5. 31, 34, 37 points of damage.
This water weird goes from being like rather large to like half its size from your attack.
Because it's just like it's like a lightsaber. I mean, we're just gonna call it. You know, this radiant. It just it starts. The sword starts glowing.
It's just
holy
like
light. The halo
almost explodes, right?
Yeah, you see, you see a flash of gold in his eyes. Is that divine? Is it just him? I don't know.
Yeah, you mentioned that you change your appearance. Does anybody see or notice what this appearance is?
I mean, like he's got like silver freckles now, just like silver freckles.
Okay.
He's just trying new things out. That's what he's doing.
Ezuri, it's your turn.
Ezuri's gonna go ahead and fire off. Getting crowded up there. He's just gonna fire off his oh gosh, what was it that I did earlier? Sacred Flame. That's it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dex save.
It's a fail.
All right, it'll go ahead and take 5 points of radiant damage here.
As you hit it with that sacred flame, the water weir just explodes into mist and is no longer. It is gone. And the fountain is now regular old water.
High fives, bro. High fives.
Nice one, Ezuri.
Skilgar goes in for a big high five. Yeah.
Slaps it. Then I rethink like it. Then I like look at my hand like, oh.
Yeah, he washed off, but there was a good amount of goo on him.
It's still like I
washed everything but his hands.
Yeah, like I'm still covered in viscera, so I guess it's all right. But
yeah, so you can see that there's a door heading off somewhere to the west, on the back part of the room, back left part of the room.
I feel this need to investigate those bushes closer.
Okay.
Investigate is touching, right, as opposed to perceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. You gonna roll it?
Do I need to?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if anything happens when I touch the bushes.
Oh, I know. Right. Yeah, no, but roll it.
It is I'm rolling really good on these types of rolls, not so much on the other ones. It's an 18 plus nothing, so 18.
Okay, so is there a bush you touch? Which one?
How about the one on the left?
Okay. So the one that's on the left, the one that's closest to the door heading out, you walk up to it and you touch it. And as soon as you touch this bush, it catches ablaze.
Oh my God is talking to me.
And it catches a flame. And as it does, the bush starts to scream as you realize it was a sleeping, what we'll call it, a tween-aged treant, because it's shorter. It's a little treant bush that's like screaming in pain as it's burning to death. Yeah, exactly.
Well, luckily there's this fountain here.
I pick it up and throw it into the fountain.
Could I get a strength check for this, please? Happy to oblige. A second action.
I'll do a help action. I only have an 8 strength.
No, I think I'm good. I got a 14 minus 13.
Okay, you feel your lower back strain a lot, but you're able to like pick this thing up and heave it over into the fountain as it hits the water. It's like, and like all this smoke and mist rises up, and the treants just, you hear this like in the water of the noise of the treant, like just, and it's still writhing as the weight as the weight of the pot is like on top of it, crushing it, keeping it underwater. And it's at this, and then at this point, that the good old familiar white noise, Lucar, comes back into your brain, and Astrid says, Astrid starts talking to you and says, "Holy damn, dude, that's some pretty intense wild magic you just had right there."
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Hey,
that's kind of crazy.
How's it going in the back room of that shop? No one's gonna buy you, right?
Well, she does this weird thing where she talks to like some of her antiques. It's kind of creepy. And
it's kind of creepy when she talks to the antiques.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're not animate. And I'm also not an antique, thank you very much. I'm not that old.
I'm just saying, it's just.
Yeah, I get
when
where
you're
you're
talking
going.
And no one else can talk back.
I get where you're going. But we're both talking in our heads. It's fine. None of your friends know you're having this conversation with me. It's cool. It's all good. So she's been saying she's getting ready. She wants to put me out. She's excited to put me out. She's trying to find the right case to display me in. And she keeps coming up and putting her hand on my face and stuff, and talking about how precious I am. And it's kind of creeping me out a little bit, Luke. I gotta be honest. But the one thing I will say is there some weird ass dude came in here. Couldn't have been more than maybe an hour after you guys left. And this guy was talking all overly nice and weird robot-y style, and was just and kept talking to her about wanting to be her friend, and he had some really great treasures he wanted to show her, and wanted to be her friend, and wanted to know if she would come with him to go see the treasures.
Okay.
It was weird.
All right.
But that's all I got. It's like, shit, I gotta go. And then she just leaves. And so that's what you get. So poor Tree and Bush has finally been put out and sort of slumps to the side, and is just, you see it trying to figure out how to get itself upright, and kind of doing this weird writhing, wobbling kind of thing in the fountain. And what would you guys like to do?
Well, clearly it looks like everything here is going to kill us, or so let's not touch anything and let's just keep going further.
Or what?
Let's not go there. I said I was going to talk about this.
So you guys, are you going in through the doorway?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So you open the door, and you're just it's just your another bendy hallway.
Oh no.
Skogar leans back. You got my number. I'll see you later.
Kashan, I need you to roll a dex save, please.
Yes, you do. Come on. Give me my numbers. Oh shit. 4 on the roll, 12 altogether.
Oh my god. With a roll of 4?
I mean, a dex saving throw is my proficient saving throw.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I have a very good dexterity.
So you feel a tile beneath your foot start to lower as it then disappears, and your 1 foot falls in onto some spikes that are about a foot long. You take 8 piercing damage and you are poisoned.
Oh, damn it.
And that is you. Everybody please make a dex save as you start to head into this hallway, if you would be so kind.
How long does the poison last? Because we were poisoned last session.
Poisoned until you're poisoned no more.
Maybe our short rest helped us.
Yeah, there you go. You've all been reset thanks to the short rest. That sounds fine.
I got an 8, so I guess I'm poisoned again, huh?
Yeah, I also got an 8.
I got a 24.
So 4 damage to you, Lukar. Lissa, 8 damage to you.
Ugh.
Velma, no damage to you. You are fine. You dodge. And let's see. Ooh, Ezuri's not here to represent himself. That's unfortunate for him. Skogar, why don't you roll?
I got 13.
Okay. Then you take 7 piercing damage, and you are also poisoned.
Yikes.
And we'll let's see. We'll get back to Ezuri in a moment. Kashan, you were kind of leading the way, Any change in the strategy?
Yeah, at this point I would be more try to be more perceptive of looking where I'm sitting, see if there's anything.
Okay.
Like
So
what do we step in? Yeah.
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna need you to make 2 different trap checks, please, along the way. Ezuri, I need you to make a dex save if you would, please.
Got it.
You're in another one of those bendy
I love these.
Poison trap spike thing.
I would also like to do perception along with Kashan and use a piece of chalk to mark the tiles that I believe are traps.
Roll yours as well.
I got a dirty 20 on my first
on which
check.
one? The first
check.
Yep.
I got a ladies 20 on the first.
Ooh, and then on the second check, I got a 17.
Okay.
The second check was a 27.
Okay.
Look at us.
I finally get a good roll.
Between the 2 of you, you're able to designate and mark the safe path through the remainder of the hallway.
So, yeah.
Ezuri, what was your dex save?
16.
Okay, you don't get caught by the first trap. And you notice that they're marking. You're like, why are they marking the floor? Everything's fine.
No, not they. At this point, like Kashan goes through, looks back, says like, "Oh, good idea." I didn't tell anybody about it.
That's fair. That makes sense.
I just marked all the ones that he did not step on.
Okay. So you come to a door. Look at that.
Well, now I've got to now you've made it so I have to check this door for a trap, right?
I mean,
that's how we're playing now, apparently.
Oh yeah, everything's a trap.
Everything's a trap. 22 to investigate that trap for that trap.
It is a trapless door.
All right, I open it, or I attempt to open it.
Yeah, great. You open it with no problem whatsoever, and you come into a room that looks like this.
What am I looking at here?
This guy.
Trippy.
So I will describe it. So it appears as though it's a place where people come, like inhabitants, you assume, maybe somebody's coming here and practicing a lot of intense magical spells. In this the spells are magical. A lot of intense magic, we'll say. And so there's just like very visible auras of different types, like just kind of like, it's almost like just ghost, like ghost trail, like
residual
magic residual. Yeah.
You could just feel the arcana in the air.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you see as you open the door. And everybody's starting to sort of file in kind of behind you, Kashan.
I would definitely say don't touch anything in here.
Especially fire hands over there.
It's only a minute, so it's gone.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So then, continue onward. You see a path heading to the east.
I would like to make an Arcana check. See, let's go. What's going on in here? Oh, that's not great. 11.
You're like, hey guys, there's magic in here.
This is really complex magic. We better not disturb it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, yeah. Everybody moving on to the next room, I assume, or to the next door, I would say.
Let's do it.
Let's hug the walls and stay away from those Tesla coil looking things.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a 17 to check a trap on this next door.
I've had enough magic for my night.
It is another trapless door. Imagine that.
All right.
And this is the next room that you enter, and you can see it's a rather large room, and on the north wall and the west wall and the southeast corner you see all of these, like, they look like bookshelves, but those bookshelves are just full of To those of you that are magic users, you notice that they're full of spell components, all different kinds of stuff. Many of you recognize some of the components from spells that you cast on the regular or semi-regular. You see a few rare components like stashed away on some of the shelves. A nice green carpet in good repair, and then you see two at the opposite side of the room towards the southeast corner is a door.
I want to look at the shelves and see if I can find a phoenix feather.
Okay. Can you roll a investigation?
Yes, let's do it. Okay. Investigation. That's another 11.
Okay. You thought for a second you found one, but no, it's just a regular.
Just a regular feather.
It's a hawk feather. Yeah.
Oh, I have enough of these. Oh well.
I would like to roll up the carpet and see if there's a trap door underneath.
There is not. It's
the
just
carpet is
cobblestone.
going to kill you.
It's just stone tiles.
Okay, but at least we know it's not a mimic.
Carpet is not a mimic. Not the mimic.
Is it mimic?
No, it's definitely not a mimic. At this point, I can tell you what is a mimic and
Does
what is not a
anybody else
mimic.
care to do anything in this room?
That's not a mimic.
Is there any
doesn't
like
have that sweet smell?
Okay, let's keep moving. Is there any like potions or anything on these doors?
Do an investigation check.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Roll a d4.
Okay. That is a 1.
You find one potion of healing.
Very good.
Like the lowest healing potion though.
Potion of whatever healing. All right, got it.
Potion of meh healing. Yeah.
Potion of me? Okay.
Yeah. Potion of meh, this will help me feel a little bit better.
It's
Healing.
better than nothing, you know.
Yeah. Potion of better than nothing healing. I like that. Anyone else care to look around in this room or anything?
Ezuri wants to check and look around, and he's going to look for any labels that have pictures on them as opposed to words. The words are all above him. So just if any have picture labels.
Okay. As in like on a McDonald's touch screen where it's like pictures of the food instead of the names kind of vibe?
Yeah, like if it has a skull and crossbones, or if it has like a heart on it, or if it has anything that looks more symbolic than words.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, that's a 6. Yeah.
No pictures.
There was a reason he was looking for pictures. He's not good at the. Yep.
Fair.
I never learned to read.
Anyone
He's
else?
an avid reader.
Right?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Says.
Has it all been a lie? Is it
No,
all
he
a lie?
likes reading, but when it comes to potions and stuff, he has not the first clue of what goes in and what those words mean.
Gotcha.
But if there's pictures,
all right,
he can logic it from there.
And he's playing it safe, as he's one to do.
Sure.
So yeah. What do you guys want to do?
All right, nothing good in here. Let's keep
Nothing
going.
bad either.
The next room, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
another
right.
way
I'm
of
not
looking at it.
complaining.
I mean, if they all grab something, Skogar just grabs some random
glass
ass
half
thing
full.
off the shelf too. Just complete whatever is next to him. He grabs it and puts it in his
Roll
satchel.
a D100.
All right, fine. Thank you, Assistant DM.
Oh, just a suggestion.
He rolls a 69.
Nice.
Not trying to
Wait. I was
open that
reading
can of worms back up
something.
again, but that is what he
something.
rolled.
What did I miss?
Skogar just grabs some random ass thing. You know, there's all this alchemical stuff and bottles. He just grabs one random thing off the shelf and puts it in his
Could be
satchel, and he
anything.
rolls a 69.
Okay. It's got a sticker on the bottle that is it shows a picture of a broken heart.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
there's a picture.
He just grabs it and throws it in his satchel. He doesn't really look at it.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna head into are we gonna do a trap check on this door too, Kashan?
Yeah.
All right.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Huh.
This is the one that is trapped.
Looks just like all the other
No,
doors.
it opens up fine.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's important to not trap every single thing, but it's still nice that you're checking.
I mean,
I appreciate it. Okay, so Kashan, you open the door, and this is what you see.
Ooh.
Wow.
So you see this pillar, and you see these bushes, but you can see over the bushes, and you can see just piles and
Ooh.
piles and piles, mounds of gold coin, gems, and behind that, like 4 chests just kind of like awkwardly like lined up along the back wall.
I might have a Skogar moment here.
On top of the coin.
A Scrooge McDuck moment.
Right? And that is what you see. And everybody slowly starts to, assuming you walk into the room, everybody starts to file in behind you. And what would you like to do?
Oh, I mean, I think I like my eyes are just giant. Like, when a cat sees something, like the pupils are just huge. I'm just like, oh, this is. But then I'm gonna move up slowly, and I'm gonna like do like the sneaky stuff between the poles there, because I don't trust it, but I want to love it.
So like you go in like along the back wall, like what are you thinking?
Yeah, like the back wall, and like I'll do like rolls, like just like all that sneaky shit, like pressing up a thing and doing rolls and keeping my eyes open,
Yeah.
To see what I can see.
I'm assuming like up the left wall because it's closer to you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I would probably head up to that the middle pole there, the one that.
Okay.
Yeah, that one right there, because that was like so close to gold, and I'm like looking around.
Hanging out. You're hanging out right there.
Oh, and I'm I want to go touch that gold.
And it smells like it smells like gold. It's like all you can smell is that sweet smell of treasure that you know and love so well. Throughout your days as Jack, you got very acquainted.
Oh, I walk right, like if I don't see anything, I just walk right up, and I like just do like just pull my hands in and just let the coins fall.
Okay, yeah.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, I'm not swimming in it yet, but
you're picking up the coins. You're picking up the coins, and they're just falling all over, and like it's just raining coins all around you, and like some of them, like as you lift your hands up fast, some of them are like flinging up into the air and just falling down, and everybody just sees you kind of like lose yourself in this moment of. I
mean, I giggle like you've never heard Sean or Jack giggle. There's a giggle that escapes.
And so, so you're doing that. What's everybody else doing?
Well, I had my hand across the doorway, because definitely if any room is trapped, it would have been this one, but I see him playing in the gold, and he seems to be fine. So we all file in, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Anybody else going to go check this stuff out with Kashan or what?
Yeah, Alyssa's getting in there.
Okay.
Trying to climb over the gold.
And after closing the door behind him, Ezuri's going to kind of peek to the right, down where those stairs are, and just kind of be like, look to see if there's anyone down there to kind of keep an eye on it. Mm-hmm. So not actually going down the stairs, but like walks sort of to the top and like peers in and listens.
Here or here?
Yeah. Okay. I'm still on the other side of the pillars in the middle, but
over here on the rug. Okay, fair.
So
Yeah,
I'm looking down there to see if there's any, sort of where
anything.
that leads. Okay.
You can see a tattered rug in the distance on the floor, but you don't see. It looks to be an empty room otherwise. And so like Velma, you're going into the money with Kashan, is what it sounded like.
I am standing before the money. I am in the middle of that green carpet.
Got it.
I am spinning around slowly, just keeping an eye on everything.
Okay.
Because I'm still wary of traps.
Okay. Fair. Skogar, what are you doing?
Skogar saunters in, leans back against the first pillar there, has very little interest in what's going on in the room, looks over, says, well, I've already found my treasure in this dungeon. He gets out his smart stone, and you just see this big grin on his face, and he's like frantically, for the first time, gets out his smart stone. He's typing away.
You could buy her a new pillow, man. Buy your baby new pillow.
Okay, and then Luca, what do you
trust me, she's got the cushion.
All right, that's enough.
Luca, what are you doing?
I'd say I'd be right on the edge of the pile of coins, realizing that this is all fine and good, but we have no way of getting all that out of here. So,
Lissa, what are you doing?
Starting to climb up the mounds, trying to get to the chests. The chests look fun.
Yeah. Let's go.
I mean, we are looking for artifacts. That'd be a great place to keep them.
Okay,
artifacts
so
in the chest.
I mean, this stuff is just laying out. Imagine if they put in a treasure chest.
So Lissa, you are as you're climbing up the mound, up the big mound in the center to get towards the chest.
I'm right behind her.
And Kashan, you're right behind her, and you guys are like you're almost like grabbing her arm, like, yeah, let's go, like, because you're so excited. And then as you start to move forward, the coins start to like part, and sort of move, and then the coins start to like fly around a little bit and start to kind of look like they're animating, almost like in a Disney movie, like Fantasia style, right? Where they're all like sort of flying around. And then as they start to fly around, they slowly begin to take shape. And they're still making the jingling coin noise, though. It still sounds like very pleasant, and like, Kashan, you're still enraptured, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And
I might not looking at the treasure chest. I might not even notice the coins.
Yeah, you see nothing wrong with this at all. Lissa, how do you react when you see this?
Starting to feel worried. Like, oh man. I mean, but more interested. Maybe this is some kind of magical creature that's going to be kind of cool.
So, Kashan, and Lissa, you hear a voice that starts to speak to you. And this voice is a little bit echoey, kind of a tad bit on the deeper side, but it's weird because it sounds like in the background of its voice you can hear like a faint jingling effect almost in the background of the voice, as the voice is like, why are you here? Who are you?
Well, hello. I am Lissa Fernwillow. I'm here with my friends to search for some stolen artifacts.
I'm Kashan, and I'm here for my retirement.
As you say that, the voice continues to speak as the coins start to take more of a form, and more of a humanoid form, albeit like more like kind of a blob humanoid form. getting rather large. So the other members of the party are seeing this happen, but you guys are not yet hearing the voice at this point. But you're seeing these coins kind of take shape and take form.
Back away. Away.
And you say that out loud?
No, I'm backing away.
That's just what you do. Okay. All right. And Kashan and Lissa, this thing says, well, I am Oroflux. I am a gilded horde. And this is my home. And I do not want you here.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
And it starts to turn more solid. And
is a golden horde did someone make you? Or are you just natural?
Says I am born from the greed and avarice of many long forgotten vaults.
Ah.
And the form, its form keeps changing.
Very cool.
And churning and rearranging and never really settling into a static shape. And it shoots out a tendril of coins that stops Kashan right in front of your face. Like you see this coin palm in front of your face, almost like it's trying to like read your face, like a blind person would with Braille. But it's not touching you, it's just sort of like feeling your aura. And it's like, it says, you have much that you can add to me. And it's, let's see if this, do a deck save. Do a deck save for me.
Absolutely. 17.
Okay. What is that?
Naughty.
Yeah.
That's a fairy friend.
Yeah. So this thing tries to, as it puts its hand-shaped coins in front of your face, it goes back like this to try to like it's going to shoot all these coins at your face, and you dodge out of the way as this coin tendril just shoots. And then as it shoots, it dissipates back into coin and falls to the ground. And then it's almost like Sandman, right? Where it's coming back up from the coin and reforming itself. And then it turns its mass, its coin head, to the rest of the group that's not to everybody but Kashan and Lissa. And the voice says, it is all of you that will not leave here alive. And it shoots a stream of coins over to the steps going down and just blocks that whole entryway with a wall of coin, living coins that's just blocking the way. And you guys got yourself a mini boss battle with Aeroflux, the Gilded Horde, and that's where we will pick up next week.
Yes.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. That was, thanks Skogar for making it weird, gross, and funny.
Yeah,
it was great.
Thanks everybody for sticking with me
perfect.
on that.
Yeah,
that's basically exactly how I hoped that would play out.
You're the only one.
This podcast thumbnail is gonna get a mimic background. It's a mimic couch background.
It has to.
I'll figure something out. I'll make that work.
And an explicit warning, but yes.
yeah, right. But
as those coins skitter by, you just look back and Skogar's on his smartphone. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, wait, baby, I gotta go.
Oh my God. So, on that note, Thanks for being patient for me to come on a little bit late. And hope you had fun. And we'll get into a little bit more fighting next week.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Have a good one.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.
Yes.
See ya.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye. Absolutely. Bye.
Yeah. So that happened. Let's hope that Skogar used some sort of protection. This Aeroflux boss sounds like a pretty rough bad guy that the gang will have to contend with. Do you think they'll be okay? I sure hope so. I wonder how the negotiations with the elves are going, and if the Dean is actually helping or making things worse. Well, be sure to tune in next week to listen to what happens to our favorite students from Windshire. Thanks for listening to Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Of course, as always, see you next week. Hey there, listeners. Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as play through other game systems as we have in the past, like Ice Fleet and Alien the role-playing game? If you're interested in supporting us, just go to patreon.com/Eberron Adventures, and then maybe you could be as cool as Jonathan and Andrew, our first two supporters. Once again, that's patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Donate and get your name in the credits. I mean, that's kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for your support, and as always, we'll see you next week.